All right, welcome back to another live session recap. Today's Friday. Happy Friday. Today I have bad news and I have good news. The bad news is I failed my first 50K challenge through Top Step. The good news is I'm halfway done with my next one. Halfway through. So, roller coaster of emotions today. I knew I was going to fail the first one. It's a brand new platform for me. It's a brand new, you know, futures is brand new to me. I knew that not knowing or understanding all of the rules, because some of them are very different from the last prop firm that I was trying to trade with. At some point, it was inevitable I was going to fail that account, and I went into that knowing that that was going to happen, and I learned how a failing account actually works. So now we know. Now I can plan for the next one. So once that happened, and this was all caught live in my live session, you guys can go check that out. Once that happened, I re upped, got back in, focused, made one really, really nice trade that got me halfway done with this next 50K challenge. So I am possibly and hopefully one day, one trade away from completing my target for this 50K challenge. So let's hit the charts and I'll show you guys exactly where I went wrong today and the beautiful trade that you can see on the screen now that got me halfway done with this 50K challenge through Top Step. All right, let's get into it here. Okay, so market open. Well, let's take a look at the day chart. Let's do the 4-hour instead. Okay, 15-minute chart. It looks better. All right. Yesterday, kind of a slow moving day, but we ended up continuing to the downside. Okay. Ton of tariff talk last night, or somewhere probably around here. We got a announcement from China that they were going to add additional tariffs to us. Okay. Due to the tariffs that we are now adding to them. Obviously, market didn't like that, and we ended up pushing down real hard in previous sessions, right down to this line here that I had marked yesterday and talked about yesterday in my recap video. This marks the edge of bear market territory. So we were in correction territory. Here, this line here is 20% from all-time highs in the NASDAQ. So beyond here is bear market territory. We came in hot, pushed past it, came back above, and then we danced around it during New York session open. Now, I knew that the sentiment was still very bearish. I'm reading the headlines coming in. Trump's on Truth Social telling China that they messed up and they shouldn't have done that and this, that, and the other thing. We had data come out today that was good, except for the unemployment rate that ticked up by 0.1%. I knew the market wasn't going to really like that. We had every reason to believe that we were going to continue to be bearish today. So after some messing around here, market open, I see that we are starting to build here some resistance. We had some liquidity here that we can see. And I tried to take some short positions because I thought at the time that we were going back down to lows of the day that were set back here. That was my target. So I tried to take some short positions here, and I was getting in up in this liquidity area here. I just got in too early all 3 times, really. I got taken out here, I got taken out here, and I got taken out here. That actually blew that 50K challenge here. Ultimately, we ended up moving in the direction that I thought we were going to go. We made this little bounce here. I wasn't able to catch this movement down because this was the time that I was re-upping or renewing my 50K account, okay? At that point, we were too close to lows of the day. I waited. I knew we were going to hit it. Had some consolidation here. Market looked like it was going to move through it. Go check out my live. I said, I'm pretty sure we're blowing right past lows of the day. And we did. I also said here, look out for the liquidity grab. We had a very strong bounce back here off of this general area. I figured that we would push through. This was kind of a slow moving push through. I know it looks big, but it took a little bit of time for these candles to form. And then we got this beautiful bullish candle here. I actually almost thought about getting in here because I figured that this was a liquidity grab. Turned out to be exactly what it was. Pushed higher, bounced around this support again, and we continued to push. At this point, I kind of figured we were making a recovery here. We had this move here. This candle here caught my attention, bouncing off of what was previous lows of the day. And the following candle came back and was struggling in this area here. I was just about to hit the buy button here when this candle skyrocketed up to where you see it here. So I missed this entry here. In hindsight here, this probably would have been a good entry, but I was trying to get a little bit closer to put my stop loss below this wick here. I wanted to get a little better position to not be risking so much. Very risky day, high volatility, right? The volatility didn't come in until we got liquidity down here. This was actually really nice structure, really nice price action. It wasn't too bad. I was really liking this. This would have been a really nice entry here to take this position down. The volatility came in on this candle. Once we hit this candle here, then we are getting movements. And you can still see we're getting some decent back and forth movements here with price. Anyway, I waited for price to pull back here. I saw that we didn't push past here. But I knew that at this point, we were pretty bullish here. We were probably going back up to our now resistance here at 18.1-ish. This was my next target, okay? As we got this pullback here, I noticed that we were entering a liquidity area here. You can see some orders that were here. We pushed right past here. So coming back into this area, we started to slow down. We started to struggle here. And this candle here, when it initially formed, we pushed down just ever so slightly here. And just the way the price action was, we had a pretty strong push back up. I bought in as soon as I saw this candle turn blue, essentially. Really nice position here. Stop loss right where you see it, just below the previous candle, actually. You can see how price barely entered. I barely went red. Came back up, and price just moved the very next candle. Took me out at 1,500, which is my max for the day, is 50% consistency rule. The target for this account is 3,000. So I can't make any more than 1,500 in a day until I pass this challenge. So I had no choice but to set my take profit here. Otherwise, I would have targeted here because this was where I thought price was going to go. But whatever, I took one contract, took profits at the 1,500, which you can see on the screen there. And that was it. That was my trade for the day in the new account. And I think it was a beautiful trade. I think it was a beautiful setup. I think I read it really, really nice. I think my entry was really nice. And I think that this whole setup and me taking the trade without hesitation here was really, really good. I'd like to hear your opinion. If you guys are watching this here, please leave, what you think about this trade here in the comments, whether you think it was good, bad, lucky, not lucky, whatever it is that you guys think, leave it in the comments for me below. I'd love to hear your opinion. That was really it. Got excited. I tried to calm myself down here. I've never been this close to passing any challenge before. And I know that it could completely reverse and change in a second. So I want to be humble about where I'm sitting right now. I understand that this could completely flip around, you know, just as quick as I made it, right? So I'm trying to control my emotions, be happy and be proud, but also at the same time, stay focused and be vigilant because Monday is another trading day. And I want that next trade to be the final trade for this challenge, not one that pushes me back. So I understand that I have to stay focused and I can't just let my head get big here because honestly, I didn't really do anything. I made one really nice trade. It's a tiny 50K account. It's only a $3,000, target. Um, and with everything that I've put into trading over the past couple of years, I have a long way to go before I can say I'm profitable, right? But at the same time, I got to be proud that I made this trade. I did it without hesitation, and it worked out really, really well, really well. So we're sitting at a really nice place right now. I'm happy, but I'm aware that it can change, and so I'm going to stay focused. We're going to keep our eye on the target, and we're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to pass this challenge. So that's my recap for today. You can see price moved right back up to where bear market territory is holding it down. It's too early to say, but we may be closing today and going into the weekend in bear market territory. So it'd be interesting to see how we open up on Monday and what kind of market we get next week. So keep your eyes open for that. Maybe we close above so that we're closing in correction territory still. Maybe the market's not ready to say we're in bear market territory. I guess that'll depend on how the rest of the day goes. But keep your eyes on this, guys. Next week will be interesting to see where price goes from here. If we continue to the downside or if we make a bounce back up into correction territory and then maybe we have some consolidation up in that area. We'll see. Either way, I'll be back on Monday live with this 50K account and we will be targeting a simple little trade just like I made here with one contract to get us to the next level and get us funded. So hopefully next week's the week. I would love to have you guys and as many other people there to watch this whole process. I feel really good and I feel really close. I'm happy that I switched over to futures so far. It's been really good. And I'm starting to, I don't know, it's starting to click for me. I feel like it's starting to click. I've never really had this feeling before in any of my trading. So let's see if we can keep this going. Hit that subscribe button for me. Don't forget to join the free Discord. Links in the description below for that as well. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay green. I'll see you guys on Monday. And hopefully we can catch me passing this challenge live next week. We'll see you guys then.